another very deadly squad. But we have to watch Applejacks, where they're going to land, and then watch Team Rockstar, Team Cheez It. These are the partnered teams really that I'm keeping my eyes on.
Yeah, let's go ahead and head into game number 1 of the evening. Joining on board with Team Applejacks for Applejacks Week here. They are over here by Tree, and it looks like no contest for them. As we were expecting at the start of last season that this is what it's going to be a lot of 50-50s, especially with so much competition on the line, teams needing to secure their drop spot. But hey, Aves already starting off pretty well. He's got the purple armor along with the purple backpack along with the blue armor. Just found himself a Mastiff, and so decent start so far, as we do have our first fight. Stunny gets a knock onto one.
Yeah, and just a little side note on We the People, he's one of the stronger Gibbies that we have. He's been playing Gibby for a really, really long time, so this is a good fit in. He's one of those players that you don't have to worry about when the bubble placement's going to happen, when the res is going to happen. Always really good at throwing his defensive bombardments down. The only problem with We the People, he just doesn't have tons and tons of a tournament experience, and that's why I'm glad to see him here, and let's see how he ends up performing. But in terms of rank experience, in terms of content creation, definitely go check him out. One of my favorite players in the community. But it looks like huge burst coming in with the Hemlock. It's not going to be enough. Charlie with the alternator, putting in some serious work. Looks like Nade's doing the smart play here with Crypto. Going to have to do what Crypto does. Grab those banners, hit the drone, find somewhere safe. Hopefully, while that's happening, you don't get scanned by a Bloodhound long range. But looks like a possible crawl coming in for Swervesy. Pretty decent crawling skills there, Jamerson.
Razor is getting challenged over here as they are trying to take trials, and we've seen them, of course, a little bit later on the rotate, really hard committing on to the edge here at this point. They've got a team above them in trials, so you can see the scan coming out, but it looks like that team is going to back away, and so they will start this one up as they're waiting to see maybe there's a drop down coming in. Muffins is the one in the back holding it down as the Prowlers do come out, and so they will be able to pick this one up. A minute and 20 before the ring starts closing, we do have a general idea where the ring is going. It looks like it's fairly central, as you can see right there. The border of the ring is just outside of them, along with over here by Tree now, as Applejacks find themselves in a fight. You got Rollers and Aves with the blue armors, We the People sitting on that white armor for the time being, but it's Applejacks who have full control over this building right now, as Aves is making his way on in, spots one out at the door. Jibby's about to cross on over, so it's a full 3-man team below them. Surprising that this fight is taking place here. I wonder if it's the team that was rotating in from launch. No, it's a different squad, as you can see Rollers hitting with that triple take at the connector area there. So this could be a 3-team affair very shortly. We the People starts it off. Mike Lav is the first one to go down. The bubble has been dropped, as well as Aves pushes into the bubble, forces out into the queue now as he's dropped down to about 50 HP. But Rollers and We the People are still healthy. They can go and challenge for now, but the important thing is that they stop the fast rise, and so they're still fighting into a 3v2, but they have to worry about the third party quite possibly. It looks like they are going to go ahead and commit for that. Aves is going to make sure that he has the back door covered. Going in, legit goes down, and it's just up to one final player. Clinical will fall as Cheez It take their fight up against Intel here at Lava City as well. We're already down to 18 squads, 54 players remaining, Tom.
Yeah, those are the two fights we just saw right there. Team Cheez It continuing to get the better of the 50-50 against Team Intel over towards this Lava City side. And we're talking about Intel, what they're going to do. And they continue to contest. They continue to 50-50, just like your tweet was saying. We were expecting a lot more 50-50s. But we got to break down, again, We the People coming through as a sub on Team Applejacks, getting the initial knock. It's really up to Gibby, or it's really going to come down to those scans coming in from the Bloodhound or the aggressive play from Aves to go and make a play. They end up coming around, realizing that that door was no longer blocked, and that's exactly how you do that situation. Aware of the third party, back them off with the triple take, and come through with a very, very clean fight over towards the backhand side of Tree. When you see the rotation that they have as well going on over towards Thermal, they don't have much area that they have to go and run towards. So this is going to be probably another one of those endings, Jamerson. We have seen these Thermal endings popping up so recently over here, especially that one that ends on the platform across. We see some pings going down over towards the dome. Still not going to be predictable enough here on zone 2 exactly where this one's going to move over towards, but there's a lot of different priority positions that you can take over towards Thermal right now. Everyone's rotating fairly late.
Yeah, right here, Team Pringles, they've got the long-range weapons, and so they want to use this to try to pick up armor damage, as well as maybe picking up some KP along the way. This is one of the best spots when you're playing in Thermal and you know it's going to end here. to try to pick up the kill points during the mid game. Now, as you can see, a lot of teams focus firing as Razor are actually still stuck here in Skyhawk right now. Surprisingly enough, there's a team here. Zero Tricky has popped that Beast of the Hunt. He'll have the additional scans. Hakulo is pushing in from the other side as well, but it looks like it's going to be a full team breach coming out as they push the stairs. Counter scan from the squad above them here as Zero Tricky does answer back, but oh boy, he is by himself. He goes down. It's going to be crummy to pick that one up from Team Rockstar. They will be able to get the thirst very shortly here, but they still need to recover. Zero Tricky. As Muffins will hold the angle for now. He's thermited off. Hakulo popping that medkit as they want to rejoin this fight. And it's going to be unfortunate losing out on their Bloodhound player during the Beast of the Hunt. They don't have the additional scans, but it looks like the fast res might come out in just a moment. No, it's going to be Hakulo popping that to just try to maybe bait them out for the time being. They did get the res above them for Team Rockstar, and it looks like Razor will now be playing into the 2v3 so far as Rockstar have recovered.
It's crazy that the non-Gibby team is able to get the res right here. I'm surprised that they didn't get the sound cue coming in from Team Rockstar above them, and now they're forced to take this 2 versus 3, which just really isn't going to happen no matter how good of a team you are on the Razor side. Just that small little play not to go for the res right there is all Rockstar is going to need to win that fight. Very nicely done. The team on the high ground does typically have that type of advantage, but you would figure, again, with the Gibraltar, with the plays being made by a player like Muffins, that they would be able to pull that one off. But this is what we've seen. Pretty popular angle coming in from Nestle Pure Life. A lot of parkour coming in for Ronnie, but they don't want to go and take this fight. The only way that you would take this fight would be if Bambino was going to lead with an EMP, and we don't see him in his drone quite yet. So it doesn't make much sense for Ronnie to go and get aggressive. They are taking one of the priority buildings that we see on Pro Day, a team like Luminosity go and try to take over. And we can also know that if you go right down that hill and over towards the zip line, that's another spot that the zone could end. Another fight taking place over here. That's going to be Ack and his squad being taken out. The third party is there. Mercy only with the Spitfire. Long range is going to drop Swervesy. No bubble there. You can see 27 seconds for Wizzy, and he's just trying to dip, dodge, and dive out of here. The shots are being landed. Mercy trying with that 3X. Also has the Digi on the R9 as well, so he's just laying spray all over the place. Looks like they want to continue to chase South State now, coming through, getting active. While they're doing so, they're also trying to make some sort of rotation to get a little bit closer to the zone, and you can see they are completely healthy, picking up resources along the way. Plenty of ammo in that Spitfire, so they should be fine to take this fight.
Yeah, Pride came up huge for them last week, as well as it looks like 6xZs is about to get finished off. It's just one final player here. Gets thirsted. It's just the Gibraltar left. And throughout all of that, Bronzy was doing a great job on that Bloodhound of making sure that their flank was covered. The scan did reveal that there was a team playing underneath in the tunnel below them. As you can see, the pings do come out, and you can see through the x-rays that there are players over there. With the first ring having closed here, we're already down to 14 squads, 41 players remaining, as South State really want to have a faster start this time around. They really woke up in the second half of last week's games, and if they can actually start off the night strong, it might just be the dub for them. Another scan comes out, and it looks like it's Execution Gaming that is underneath them, and they should have had an idea, as I believe Designify might have started off that last fight getting a knock onto one just before, but it looks like they will back away for now, as Sholly still sitting on the white armor here as NPL, holding that position above, trying to make their way into this building now. The caustic gas has been popped, and so things should slow down for the next 10-15 seconds. They need to find their way on in. We're joining on board with Pop-Tarts, though, as they find themselves in a fight. We the People got traded away. Impulse goes down. It's all up to Stomps, but he's got no armor left on that Gibraltar. He'll get finished off. Aves barely surviving that one. South State making their push. Pride's the first one to go down, but the rest of the team is there. Mercy only. Bronzy's finished that one off. Joining back on board with NPL. They do manage to push through that building. We're down to 11 squads now, 33 players remaining.
Yeah, these teams are taking fights all over the place. They're not worried about the third parties. Good scans coming in from Bronzy over towards the right area to check his back area to make sure that nobody is coming over here. And I believe, does he? Okay, I thought he had a vault key for just a split second, but it looks like they do have a vault key. Okay, this is going to be huge. They're going to be able to get a gold bag out of this. Rice Krispie Treats now making the rotation. Casper with just a white armor has that blue on the ground. Is most likely going to be a dead armor, though. See if he has a Phoenix kit to get this one back up. Maybe a bubble over there for Bird to make sure that they're just a little bit more secure. But they also have a scan for us on where round number 3 is going to go. So once action slows down, if it ever slows down, we'll be able to take a look. But it doesn't really matter when there's this much fighting taking place. These players don't want to wait until this final ring on zone number 6. They are going at it. Applejacks with a third fight here. Going to take down Joey Blackout. We the People with the initial knock again with the R301 combination over here. And what I love about Team Applejacks right now is they're using the bubble together. They're making sure that they're using all their utility, and once they get the information that they need, then they're going to go and push. Once they're fully healthy, that's exactly how you go and do that. They find another player down over there. It's going to be Rakanishu. Nice little triple take shots coming through, 72. One more is all it's going to take, and that's Team Cheez-It going down to Team Applejacks. We the People again coming through with the big knock, making this a 2 versus 3. Not only that, they play it flawlessly, making sure that they don't get third-partied immediately, and 4 kills coming in for Rollers.
Now, as you can see, the scans coming out as well as if they wanted to, they do might have the time to just loot up everything and take a look. Rollers is sitting on 95 shots still on that triple take. And that's what happens when you get a drop weapon like the Prowler there. It frees up a lot of your inventory. They do have the south side cleared. There is a team, of course, it's going to be Masked and Tech Candy over there just to their northeast currently, but they are safe inside the zone. They have a good idea that is going to be continuing to pull over here, maybe over towards the platform on the train tracks for now, so they can bide their time. They've got a lot of kill points, and they really don't need to force the issue anymore. They can just play for the placements at this point, especially with the number of kill points that they already have. As you can see, armor's being swapped around as well as Rollers with the 100 shots actually on that triple take. They're working to try and get the red evils for himself as South State find themselves in another fight now, pushing this Dorito building. There's a duo inside, there's a third outside as well. As Bronzy now swings around and that Gibraltar is by himself. The team has committed and we get to see there Bronzy pushing the bubble, taking out Kim Chi Lee. Pride does go down though, as it looks like a third party is getting involved. Rockstar find their timing on this. South State are out and Rockstar will be able to get the successful third party. We're down to 8 squads, 24 players in the third zone.
Yeah, Bronzy's scan didn't hit the third party that was coming from behind. That was Team Rockstar. Very well timed, well executed fight coming in. Everyone's staying extremely healthy. Now they're just going to continue to loot up. But when we saw that zone, nice job pulling up the map right there from the Obs team. There's a couple of different endings, and one of the teams that's in the best spot for that would most likely be Team Applejacks because they're going to continue to move down from that high ground. This is something we see Sentinels do all the time since they rotate from Sorting Factory. They come around tree, they take the high ground from tree, and they slowly, methodically work their way in and keep their back towards the zone, all the action necessarily in front of them, and you see teams coexisting in these two houses right there. Turtle Club was expecting it to pull over towards this house over here, which is a very popular ending, but it's not going to be over here. This is most likely ending on that train platform track that you were talking about, or it's going to end on the hill high ground where the fences are, kind of in between the lava and exactly where the land is on that kind of northeast side. So Turtle Club's going to have to make a rotation eventually. Looks like they are sending pings down to kind of rotate towards the south side. They're going to have to move in about 40 seconds, so this makes absolute sense. They are going to have to deal with a team over towards top middle, possibly a team towards bottom middle, and then remember, Team Applejacks is holding that entire east side.
Defensive bombardment has gone down as well, but the port will be used by K-Swinney to get them even further deeper into the zone right now. I'm wondering if the team is still playing that top tower position. I believe it was Pringles that might have been up there, and there you go. All right, hitting for the 9, not the greatest, but I know Rambo can do better. And yeah, Pringles are up there. The problem is throughout this position, so many people have died that it's harder to catch people out on the rotate now. I mean, we're down to only 8 squads left. And so the opportunity for Pringles to find the mid-game kill points is largely gone, as a lot of teams have already found themselves in a decent defensible position. Defensive bombardment going down up top. MPL were playing that position just beforehand, wondering if that's Rockstar pushing them there. But at the very least, Pringles were able to at least upgrade their armors to purple from this position, Tom.
Yeah, and everyone's favorite, the charge rifle with the hollow scope, with the most deadly combination of all of Apex over here, especially when you only have 16 shots. So we'll see what Phony is going to be able to do. Tough situation to be in. We'll see where this zone does pull, though. That's going to give us a lot of information, and that's going to give a lot of information to a team like Pringles, who's basically just trying to get this caustic into the late game. Plenty of ammo here in the 30-30, but again, no scope. Super unfortunate. Anything like a 2x, a 2-4 here, and you'd be seeing them just rip across the map right now, but instead a little bit more conservative, most likely because they're running low on cells. That's what happens when you're up here for quite some time with no Watson, et cetera, et cetera. So they're just trying to get some picks, and as expected, this is going to probably be that ending right where that ping is. You can see on your screen. So they are in a safe spot for now, as you do have some fighting happening over towards the side. Looks like you're going to have Rice Krispies. Team Rice Krispies going to be taken out by Nestle Pure Life.
NPL looks like that's what the fight was taking place here, as Pringles were just looking on the entire time, only getting some damage off, not able to get a single thirst. At the very least, though, they have reached top 7, but it's Team Rockstar who have the kill points behind it as well, as they're trying to come in for the third party here. This is what I was talking about. I thought they would get involved in this, but here's Crummy with the nade spam, getting the arc star in, forcing that out. A lot of damage going down, but Tech is forced to back off to use that bat on the Wraith. Here's Matt picking now with the scans out, as it looks like the squad might have just gotten out of there. They do get one. It's going to be Ronnie to fall. And so they do at least pick that one up. And so now Rockstar are weeding out the numbers here on the north side, but they still have to consider, of course, their rotation in. And it's going to be difficult with teams like Pringles playing the sniper positions and such. And with 45 seconds left to go, they need to finish off the rest of MPL already. The Bambino going down makes it a lot easier. It's just Draco's left here, and they will fall. And so the rotation looks a little bit easier now for Team Rockstar, getting rid of one team in their way.
Yeah, you can see the thought process there for Nestle Pure Life. If they can go and mop this team in a 2 versus 3, which is super unlikely, then they're going to also be able to get the res onto Ronnie. So I get the thought process there. They're trying to go for the big risk play with a big reward, but it just doesn't work out. Too strong of a performance coming through, and a nice team fight coming in by Team Rockstar. Applejacks now, we're saying they're all on this east side, and they're going to continue to play this high ground with the zone towards their back, and then mosey their way on in. The only problem is this team over towards that right-hand side. So they're going to probably try to play this platform directly in front of them. Maybe there's a little bit more of that wall too that they could use. But this is kind of how you go and play. You just sit back, put some pings down, make sure that you move in as late as possible because you don't want to be sandwiched in between multiple teams. So very slow, smart play coming in from Applejacks. Again, worrying about the team over towards the right-hand side. That's the main threat. Nobody really has any long-range scopes like we saw. Otherwise, they'd be getting ripped apart right now by standing out in the open. But here's the team that was over towards the top side. That's going to be Team Pringles. Looks like they're shooting Turtle Club, and Turtle Club going to get into a little bit of a skirmish there with Team Rockstar.
Yeah, Rockstar are able to get one, but Turtle Club are able to already thirst off Tech at this point. Team Pringles still not managing to find any kill points throughout all of this. They have secured themselves at least top 5 as the ring will pull in their favor. The tower is still in. Here comes a Nox gas grenade. The long range shot ticking away onto one player here. K-Swinny tries to bring him back, but oh no, he will fall. And so Pringles will finally find the kill points that they're looking for, as now Applejacks have made their rotation on in. They've dropped down to the low ground with the support from Aves, so they have multiple angles to play off of for the time being, but this is where they will have to commit on. So we're down to 4 squads, 12 players remaining. That means it's all full squads. We got Applejacks, we got Pringles up top. Let's go ahead and swap around to find out who the other 2 teams are.
Kind of an unorthodox pull here as we see what Team MWT is doing. I don't think anyone was expecting this to actually continue to pull over kind of where Team Pringles was holding. Team Cruelty is going to be the team that's bottom center. We're anticipating a team would be down there. Typically, it's going to be a Caustic squad, but it's the Caustic squad up top. And you'd love to see them use their Nox gas grenade to take down some priority targets. It's really important to get rid of Turtle Club. It's really important to make sure that you are up there picking up some kill points. You don't want to leave this up to chance, up to placement points down towards the very end, and you want to try to weaken these teams and thin them out as much as possible. But see where everyone's kind of holding, and right now it seems like Applejacks is moving around the most confident. They also have all of the resources from the amount of teams that they killed along the way, and this little juggle gym is going to be pretty useful. So we'll see if they're going to be able to lock this down and do some serious work. Again, it is Applejacks week, so they're trying to start this off with a dub.
Yeah, 4 kills as well on Rollers. I wasn't actually paying attention to Aves and We the People, how many kills they have, but between this team, it's already 7 there on with 3 on We the People, and so they might be close to having 10 kills at that point. There's 2 more, so 9 kills for them. This could be a huge game number 1, a pace-setting game number 1 for Applejacks during their week for now. Great job coming up from Applejacks here as they are checking every single angle, and they have, of course, full information about where every team is playing. They know that one is up top on the tower, one below in the center, and then, of course, they have this team stuck out, MWT, I believe, here on the eastern side as the port has come out for MWT, and Tech will go down as Aves gets that knock onto him with the Volt, and they want to punish this badly here as Aves does go for a little bit of a wide swing, but Rollers will be able to secure that thirst as Fury is able to get the knock onto Davis. So MWT is just down to one left here as Mask goes down. We're down to our final three squads: Cruelty, Applejacks, and Team Pringles. Will Team Pringles be able to buy enough time to be able to get that Nox gas grenade up? Can't imagine they have any ultimate excels, Thomas. We know that they took that position early on, 67% away. And so this one's going to be a tight one with 40 seconds left remaining. It is the slow circle. He might be able to build it up if they buy enough time for him.
Yeah, I think that it's going to come up directly at the exact time this zone starts to move. So now we see Fury with this wingman R9 should be able to lay down some serious shots with plenty of ammo up here too. So this is a good situation to be in. There's the Beast of the Hunt being popped a little bit early. Not necessary here, I feel like, but looks like they are trying to use this to go and either get some more loot or just go and try to make their play across over towards the top of the jungle gym, because they realize they have to get a little bit closer and get a little bit of different angle if they want to go and try to avoid Team Cruelty, who's over towards the bottom, because if they just coexist top and bottom on that tower, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to move around. Nade is going to connect. Phony taken down to 1 HP, and his Beast of the Hunt is going to be deteriorating here in about 5 seconds. Fortunately, he doesn't get knocked. Could have been a big moment right there, but looks like the medkit is going to be down and the healing is going to come through. So Phony is going to be all right just for now, but this zone is closing.
Yeah, again, though, it's all about the wombo combo. Fury along with Press. Do they have the combo ready to go to finish this one off? As the arc starts coming in, slowing them down. Team Cruelty, though, as the Thermite connects onto Oi Senpai, he burns away just a bit here. As the ultimate does go down, there is the black hole, but no Nox gas grenade, as it was instantly cleared as well. Or quite possibly, as Moose and Flower is getting ready for this one now. He does connect with that wingman. He's got 48 shots left to go. It's Applejacks that have all of the ammo to work with here. Roller's still sitting on the triple take. He does have the Prowler to pull out as well. At this point, it's about Aves starting it all off, getting the knock on to one of the Pringles members now, as the defensive bombardment will go down as well. And now here comes the port out as, oh my goodness, the spray. We the people coming up huge. 4 kills for him, 5 kills for Aves, and Applejacks should be able to finish this one off. It's just by with how many kill points here in game number 1.